So we're here on the Tarmac at St. Augustine, and Elliot's going to give us a little bit of insight as to where TRYP goes and what TRYP's all about. Elliot?
TRYP Air Charter was started out in Newcastle, Indiana back in 1979, and just back in May of 2019, we decided to bring it to warmer weather. Unfortunately, today we really don't have that option, so we're dressed accordingly. But we're excited to talk with you a little bit about the Beechcraft Baron 58 behind us and what we do here in Northeast Florida.
Elliot, why don't you tell us a little bit about where TRYP takes people and a little bit about this aircraft behind us.
So we utilize a Beechcraft Baron 58, twin-engine aircraft, club seating, travels at about 200 miles an hour. Pretty much can get you anywhere around the Southeast in a very short period of time. For example, from here to Orlando is just about 40 minutes. From here to Tampa is just about an hour. Here down to Miami, it's maybe about 90 minutes. So it's super efficient to get you where you need to go during business or personal travel.
You also do trips to the Bahamas or
we do.
US or anything like that?
We do. We're officially licensed and certificated to do trips to the Bahamas. So any island that you'd like to go to, Nassau, Freeport, North Eleuthera, Exuma, the Baron 58 can take you there.
All right, so we're inside the Baron 58. And as you can see, it's actually pretty spacious. I mean, you can fit 4 people comfortably in here and 2 with exceptional legroom. And you know, there's a pre-misconception about private charters and how expensive they can be, or people don't want to fly because they think it's too expensive. Elliot, why don't you give us an idea as to what a local flight might go for, or maybe a day trip to the Bahamas?
Absolutely. So welcome to the interior of the Baron 58, and actually we can fit 5 people in this airplane. We can do 4 in this club seating configuration, and if we're flying single pilot, then we can put 1 up next to me on the flight deck. So we can actually do 5 people in this aircraft.
And that doesn't really interfere with anything going up front as far as your duties of a pilot are concerned?
Not at all. We're single pilot rated, so we're authorized by the FAA to fly single pilot, but sometimes clients want a dual crew up front. Not a problem. So instead of 5 passengers, we have 4 in the club seating configuration. And it's super comfortable. The seats recline, they move forward and back. And as you can see, we've got air conditioning. You've got all the creature comforts of traveling in your own private, we'll call it a flying limo today.
Yeah.
But you had also talked about expense. You know, a lot of people think it's only for the rich and famous. It really isn't. If you look at small business owners today, they utilize aircraft like the Baron 58 to visit multiple locations in the same day and then be home for dinner, so they're with their family and they get to experience those moments with their kids and their family that they don't want to miss.
Yeah, I can see, absolutely. That would be super efficient for, like he was saying, medium, small, maybe even large business owners. They got a lot of coverage area that they need to oversee or provide oversight for. This is a really good economical way to get to and from a destination, even triple destinations, on a single day trip?
On a single day trip. So for example, we've got some clients that are in the construction industry and have 2 or 3 job sites they need to visit in a day.
Wow.
We'll leave at 7 in the morning, we're home for dinner. What they can do in that one day, it would take somebody 2 to 3 days to drive. And in today's world, work-life balance, time, it's precious. You want to be home with your family. So it's kind of our little flying time machine. So let's talk a little bit about rates. This aircraft runs $600 an hour, plus your pilot and any landing fees that you might incur at any airport. So for example, if you were going to go from, let's say, the Jacksonville area to Sarasota, this airplane would run you about $2,500 for the day to get there and back, have a crew on staff for 14 hours during that day.
So if I were your client, I'd give you $2,500 and you're mine for 14 hours.
Exactly.
And I can just go at my leisure. There's no rush, and we just go when I say we go, and we go back home when I say we go back home.
Weather permitting, that's the nice thing about flying private. We go when you want to go, we come back when you want to go. You've got us for that 14-hour FAA duty day.
Wow, and that is ultra convenient. Elliot, thank you so much for having us here today, talking about TRYP Charter, talking about this beautiful airplane, and giving us an insight as to what rates are like. But before we go, where can people find out more about TRYP Charter?
That is such a great question. So we've got a presence on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we're even on LinkedIn. So we invite everybody to like us, share us, message us, and we can't wait to see them on board.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
See ya.